Good. We are ready to get started whenever you are, Coach.
All right, fire away.
All right. We'll start first with Pete Sweeney. Go ahead, Pete.
Good, GB. Just a question on that final Patrick Mahomes pass that was intercepted and intended for Travis Kelce. These guys are usually trusted to improvise. How much as a coaching staff do you have to maybe go to Patrick after the game? We want you to still keep firing in those spots, or maybe it's hold it back a little bit. Just where do you guys come out on that?
Well, you always want to make sure we're doing a great job protecting the football, especially in those critical moments of the game. So one thing that we do know, we just want to be smart. On top of that, making decisive decisions that's not going to put us in a situation where it becomes detrimental. When it's all said and done with, we can take care of the ball better, a lot better. And if we're taking care of the ball better, obviously we're giving ourselves a chance to win when it's all said and done.
Let's go next to Aaron Ladd. Go ahead, Aaron.
Appreciate the time here. Two questions. First one, just about Coach Reid. Have you talked to him in the last 24 hours? We obviously got the news earlier that he'd been released from the hospital, but wondering what you all had talked about.
Well, I know Ted have given you guys an update. I had a conversation with him yesterday. I'm just looking forward to him getting back into the building.
Okay, back to the football then. How do you practice, I guess, not turning the ball over? It was kind of that span there where it seemed like there was butter over the ball, I guess, for lack of a better term. How do you go in and day out inside the facility and get better at that specific aspect?
Well, we work on protecting the ball every single day. That's one thing we take a tremendous amount of pride in. But when it's all said and done, we don't want our players going out there playing afraid of turning over the ball. We just need to make sure that we're focused in those intense moments where we don't lose sight of ball security. We got to make sure we got the ball. We got two hands on it in traffic, two hands on it on the way down. On top of that, in certain situations, we want to make sure we're securing the catch. We never just want to throw an errant throw to put ourselves in a predicament where that team has an opportunity to put hands on the ball. So those things are important. The good thing is that we're giving ourselves a chance to still be in play when the game is on the line. And if we eliminate just those mistakes, we will be sitting in a different position. But we are who we are right now because of the turnovers. We're 1-2 team. And so we have to correct everything, make sure that we're getting back on track and getting this thing going in the right direction moving forward.
Go next to Herbie Teope. Go ahead, Herbie.
Hey, Coach, along those same lines, that's kind of like, because turnovers are the theme of the past 2 weeks, 6 in the last 6 quarters. What is your alarm level like, that the sense of urgency that you got to work on securing the football going forward?
Here's the thing, Herbie. We're going to rely upon our leaders. We got good leaders in our locker room. We got great coaches on this staff. Our guys will make sure that these guys are taking care of the little things. If we take care of the little things, guess what? The process will take care of itself. And more than anything, just like I explained to our guys, we have to respect the process. What does that mean? That means respecting the little things. It's never about the big things. It's always the little things that put you in these situations. So one thing is we're going to count on is that our leadership is going to provide the correct amount of examples on how we do it and what should be done. So we're going to count on Pat to make sure he's doing his part. Travis, the Tyreeks of the world. On top of that, we're going to count on the guys in the backfield to make sure they're doing it the right way. And we'll fix it. It's all being addressed. But those guys need to act upon it. And now we need to make sure we're putting that out on display on game day.
Let's go next to Nate Taylor. Go ahead, Nate.
Hey, Eric, I wanted to ask you about Tyreek. He got 6 touches, I believe, yesterday. Was there anything that the Chargers did that was slightly different from what the Ravens had shown you to prevent some of those abilities for Tyreek to get the ball? And do you feel a sense that you guys have to increase in terms of finding ways to get him the ball that can get you guys down the field?
Well, you always want to make sure that you're giving your playmakers an opportunity to come up big. Obviously, they did a few things. Sometimes we just didn't have the opportunity to give it to them just because of the structure of what they were doing. But one thing that we know, Tyreek is a dynamic football player. We're going to continue to make sure that we're putting him in the situations where he can make the plays. But on top of that, big picture is, at the end of the day, we want to win the game. All right. So whatever we need to do to get it done, we need to make sure that we're putting our players in position to getting that done.
We'll take 4 more, going right down the line, starting with Darren. Go ahead, Darren.
Hey, Coach, thank you for this for speaking with us today. A couple of questions. Is it safe to say that the league has caught up with the Kansas City Chiefs offense and Patrick Mahomes in general? And then secondly, look, the offensive line yesterday, you all put up 186 yards on the ground. Was that more of a concerted effort, or was it more so what the defense showed you all?
My bad for laughing at your first question, bro. I don't think anybody has caught up with us because obviously we're putting the numbers up. I thought our guys played hard. I thought they went out there and did enough, to put us in position to be playing to win the game at the end of it. And so I think our guys are maximizing the opportunities that are being presented. Now, one thing that we have to focus on is making sure that we're negating all the little things that's keeping us from being the team that we need to be. And we all know there's no hidden agenda when talking about that. It's the turnovers. If we don't turn over the football, we're sitting in a different predicament. So one thing that we have to address is making sure that we're focused on the details. The details means what? Ball security. We secure the ball. That stat stands true throughout the entire league. If you protect the ball, your chances of winning go up out the roof. And so if we're doing that, everything else takes care of itself. Another thing, I think our guys are playing with tremendous effort. They're playing with tremendous energy. They fight, so we're excited about those little things. And because of your first question, I actually forgot what your second question was. So please reiterate that one to me.
No, that's fine. I was asking about you all rushed for 186 yards yesterday. Was that more of a concerted effort after, what we talked about last week with the time of possession and stuff like that, or was it just more so what you all were seeing defensively from the Chargers?
Well, I thought our O-line did a heck of a job of coming off the ball. Our O-line group is growing together collectively each and every week. I thought the runner did a hell of a job. It was just one of those deals that we got our run game going. And those guys did a great job of establishing that from play one. And so those guys did a great job. We will continue to build off of that. But when it's all said and done, I will say this again. It's not about the stats. It's not about those numbers. Okay. As you guys have figured out, that turnover margin means a lot. That third down number means a lot as well. And if we're taking care of the football, we will put ourselves in situations to whereas we will give ourselves a chance to win. So, yes, we did a great job of running the football, but it didn't do anything for us in the end of the game. So we just need to make sure that we're doing all the little things that are required to help us to achieve the goal, and that's to win.
Go next to Seren Petro. Go ahead, Seren.
And Brad, I'll have a follow-up to this. Coach, first of all, I'm just curious. I know you're not calling the defensive side of the equation, right? But when it gets to third down, I know your guys are getting ready to go back out there on the field, and the Chargers 3 times went for it on fourth down. I'm just curious, does that change your mindset? Do you guys start talking about, okay, this is what they're going to be today? It looks like they're going to be aggressive and try to not play the traditional 3-down football and punt. Was there any discussion about maybe changing how you guys went about attacking back, knowing that they were looking like they were going to be aggressive like that?
No, we knew exactly what they were going to do. We knew exactly how their thought process was. Our process never changes. We're always thinking ahead on when those situations present itself, or, hey, if we're in a certain area of the field, hey, coach, you know what? This is a potential 4-down moment. So those things are always discussed, not just leading up to the game, but also discussed on game day. But it didn't change anything in what we were doing on yesterday. Excuse me, I'm sorry.
And then the follow-up, you said that, we talk about, hey, this is a 4th down moment. And I think the numbers are that Coach Reed has been one of the more aggressive guys, right, at going for it on 4th down relative to what everybody else does in the NFL. But that seems to be moving pretty quickly, especially this year, teams going for it more and more. Are you guys talking about it? And does it change your philosophy if you know that they're going to try to steal those possessions when they go for it on 4th and 4s and 4th and 9s? The way I know that, and this is a theoretical one. This isn't anything about the game because I know you only had 2 4th downs because of the turnovers, right? And they were 4th and 9 and 4th and 14. So this is just theoretical. Does it kind of change your mindset and how you guys look at that?
No, it doesn't. There's always a game plan that's set. Obviously, our guy, analyst Mike Frazier, does a great job of communicating with myself, communicating with Coach. So we discuss that thought process strategically throughout the entire week. And then on game day, there's always a conversation taking place. Hey, Coach, we get in this particular area. All right, you might want to think about a fourth down call here. So our philosophy doesn't change based upon what a team is doing. We just need to make sure if we're putting those predicaments, if this is what we said that we're going to do, let's go out and do it. But if we're not put in that situation, hey, there's really no need to discuss it.
Last two, Adam and then Sam. Go ahead, Adam.
Hey, Eric, how you doing?
Doing good, Adam. How you doing?
Good, good. Hey, more fourth down questions. How much time do you guys spend with Mike Frazier during the week talking about what you just said about maybe some fourth down possibilities? And do you generally go into a game thinking, well, depending on situations, this might be a game where we're going to try to be a little more aggressive like that? And Brad, I'll have a second question as well.
That's the discussion each and every week. There's always a discussion of, if a certain situation presents itself, is this a fourth down call where we're saying, hey, we're going for it in this particular situation? Yes, there is. There's always that discussion. Then there's always a discussion with the quarterbacks on exactly what are some of those things or those particular plays that we would like to call. So there's a well-sketched discussion and plan that is in place. But when it's all said and done, we need to make sure that those plans come to fruition. And when they do, now we're ready to act upon them.
Do you guys in the game plan every week have a stash of plays specifically for fourth down, or do you just pull out of your third down stash?
Well, here's the thing. I'm going to leave that between us here. But there is a quote unquote certain group of plays that we like in certain situations and when those particular moments present itself.
And we'll go last to Sam McDowell. Go ahead, Sam.
Eric, obviously it's not very usual for you guys to lose back-to-back games. It's been a couple of years. Do you take this week and approach it like you approach most weeks, and therefore not trying and have any cause for alarm, or do you have extra conversations about trying to get back on track because it is unusual for you guys?
First of all, let me just say this, okay? We're a 1-2 team, and that's who we are, okay? One thing we're going to rely upon, you heard me say this earlier, we're going to rely upon our leadership. We got great leaders in our locker room, okay? We got great leaders on this staff. Obviously, our head coach being one of the best, all right? So we're going to rely upon our leadership in making sure that our guys have no pause for concern. Yes, we are 1-2. Yes, we are. You know what? But we're going to go back to work. And we're going to go back to work and work on the basic fundamentals of what makes us special. And some of those things are just making sure that we can secure the football. Offensively, we got to respect the process. We got to make sure that we have a sense of urgency and a sense of purpose in everything that we do. And then on top of that, we have to focus on the little minute things. Yes, we are doing some good things on offense, but it's the little things that we need to make sure that are not just being swept underneath the rug. So no, there is no need to be concerned or turn on the fire hydrant and get go into a panic. No, we just need to line up, be ourselves, go out there, hey, play with some poise, have some fun, and let our personality show. But doing that, we need to make sure that we're taking care of the football. And if we can do that, guess what? We'll give ourselves a chance to win a lot of ball games this year.